Can everyone hear me properly? I think so. Okay, well, welcome to the I-95 Safety Improvements Project from Gatlin Boulevard to St. Lucie West Boulevard. The agenda for this meeting will proceed. As follows. First, we start with project team introductions. Next, we will talk about meeting information and the GoToWebinar details, followed by information about the project, including the location and limits, an overview of the design elements of the project, and the schedule for the design and construction of the project. We would like to recognize any elected officials who are with us tonight. If you are present at the in-person meeting, please let staff know so that you may be recognized. If you are attending virtually through the GoToWebinar, please submit your name and affiliation in the question box to be recognized later in the presentation. And remember, we encourage your input and feedback about this project. All public comments and questions are part of the public meeting record, and every method of providing public comments and questions carries equal weight. All comments and questions will be responded to in writing following the meeting. Our complete presentation will also is attached as a handout in the GoToWebinar in PDF form. Slide 2. Slide 2, the time is 5 o'clock, or the time right now is 5:04. Again, my name is Robert Lopez. I am the project manager representing the Florida Department of Transportation, District 4. And here with me today are Jeremy Bodo, the consultant project manager, and Angela Bernays, the meeting moderator. We are hosting this webinar from the St. Lucie County Library, and we are currently we are hosting this meeting from the St. Lucie County Library. Slide 3, please. At this time, I would like to ask Angela to recognize any elected officials that were with us here tonight. Are there any present?
There are no current elected officials present.
Okay, thank you, Angela. We currently have no elected officials that are present with us here tonight. Slide 4, please. This public meeting is being conducted in a hybrid format to provide multiple ways for public to receive information about the project and provide input. This meeting is being conducted in person, virtually through GoToWebinar meeting platform and over the phone. If you dialed in today on a telephone line, the PowerPoint presentation is available on the project website at www.d4fdot.com/TCF-design_projects.asp. At this time, I would like to ask Angela, our moderator, to go over the GoToWebinar details.
Slide 5. Attendees will testing. Audio's back.
There's no video.
Can we continue with audio? Perfect. So slide 6. Attendees can dial in from any telephone by calling 1-954-614-3221 and entering the access code 355-484-729. Dial-in attendees can follow along with the presentation. A copy of the presentation can be found on the project website at www.d4fdot.com/TCF-design_projects.asp. As the presentation is being discussed, our presenters will say the slide numbers being shown for ease of reference. Slide 7. For online participants, go to the webinar control panel, should be visible in the upper right-hand corner of your computer screen. If joining GoToWebinar on your mobile device, simply tap the screen to display the same options. To listen to the meeting, your computer or device speakers are selected by default. If you prefer to listen by phone, select Phone Call in the audio pane of your control panel and dial in using the information displayed. The blue arrows in both images point to where you will find the question box. You can type a comment or question into the question box. Then select Send to submit your comment or question to staff. The red arrows in both images point to where you can find handouts for this meeting. Click the Handouts icon to see available handouts. Click on the file name to download. Slide 8. If you experience a technical issue during the meeting, please type the issue in the questions box on the control panel on GoToWebinar to report it. Send an email to cjimenez@TavitaHighwayDesigners.com to report it, or call 786-865-0275. Staff will do their best to assist you. Slide 9. We encourage your input and feedback about this project. All public comments and questions are part of the public meeting record, and every method for providing public comments and questions carries equal weight. While comments and questions will be accepted at any time, those submitted by May 2nd, 10 days after the public meeting, will become part of the project's public meeting record. All comments and questions will be responded to in writing following the meeting. This public meeting is being recorded. A recording of this presentation will be posted on the project's web pages. Slide 10. For those in attendance at the in-person location, you may speak to one of our staff on the floor or complete a printed comment form and return to project staff. If you are participating online, you may submit written questions or comments in the question box on the GoToWebinar control panel. Written comments may also be submitted on the project website at www.d4fdot.com/TCS-design_projects.asp. You may also email your comments and questions to the project manager directly to robert.lopes@dot.state.fl.us. You may mail written comments and questions to Project Manager Robert Lopez at 3400 West Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33309. You may also call the project manager at 954-777-4425 to provide verbal comments during normal business hours after the public meeting. The contact information is also available on the public meeting notification that you may have received by mail. Slide 11. The Florida Department of Transportation is required to comply with various non-discrimination laws and regulations, including Title VI of the Civil Rights Act of 1964. Public participation is solicited without regard to race, color, national origin, age, sex, religion, disability, or family status. Persons wishing to express their concerns about Title VI may do so by contacting Sharon Singhajian, District 4 Title VI Coordinator, by mail at 3400 West Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33309. By phone at 954-777-4190 or email at sharon.singhajian@dot.state.fl.us. You may also contact Jacqueline Paramore, State Title VI Coordinator, by mail at 605 Suwannee Street, Mail Station 65, Tallahassee, Florida, 32399-0450. By phone at 850-414-4753 or email at jacqueline@dot.state.fl.us. This information is shown on a sign-in at the in-person location, on the project website, and in the meeting notifications. Slide 12. This public meeting was advertised in the Florida Administrative Register, on FDOT's public notices website, on the project website at www.d4fdot.com/TCF-DOT/design_projects.asp and on social media. In addition, adjacent property owners, interested individuals, elected and appointed officials, and government agencies were also notified about this public meeting. At this point, Jeremy Bottle, the consultant project manager, will provide an overview of the project.
I'm going to unmute myself. You want to mute that? Slide 13. The project is located in St. Lucie County. On this slide, I-95 is oriented from left to right and north is shown to the right. The project consists of safety improvements to the I-95 corridor from Gatlin Boulevard to St. Lucie West Boulevard. After an analysis of existing conditions and the crash history along the corridor, several improvements were recommended. I-95 will be milled and resurfaced on either side, within the limits shown on the project map to improve the cross slope of the pavement and minimize the potential for hydroplaning or skidding when the pavement is wet. On slide 14, a typical section of the northbound lanes is shown. The vertical scale is exaggerated for visibility. The gray shape under the road represents how a layer of asphalt is used to overbuild the pavement to achieve proper cross slopes. Slide 15. The project location map on the top left highlights the location of the I-95 northbound on-ramp at Gatlin Boulevard. The top two views show the existing conditions for the I-95 northbound on-ramp. The existing on-ramp enters I-95 and immediately tapers in to merge with northbound I-95 mainline traffic. The bottom view shows the proposed condition. Under the proposed condition, the I-95 northbound on-ramp is extended to provide travelers with additional distance to merge onto I-95. Slide 16. The project location map on the top left highlights the location of the I-95 southbound on-ramp at St. Lucie West Boulevard. The top two views show the existing conditions for the I-95 southbound on-ramp. The existing on-ramp enters I-95 and immediately tapers in to merge with southbound I-95 mainline traffic. The bottom view shows the proposed condition. Under the proposed condition, the I-95 southbound on-ramp is extended to provide travelers with additional distance to merge onto I-95. Slide 17. A safety study was conducted during the project and found that 30% of run-off-the-road crashes within the limits of the project occurred during the night. A review of the existing conditions revealed that there was a gap in lighting along the corridor. This project will install new conventional light poles on either side of I-95 in the segment of I-95 currently unlit. Slide 18. A dynamic curve warning system will be installed within the curve segment of I-95. This system consists of signs placed along the curve that light up when triggered by fog, rain, or speeding, warning travelers to slow down. Slide 19. Guide signs provide directional and mileage information for travelers. 4 guide signs along the project corridor will be replaced with overhead signs for better visibility. The existing overhead sign panel at the southbound exit to Crosstown Parkway will be replaced to update the information. Slide 20. A new overhead sign structure will be installed just south of the project limits. This sign structure will support a dynamic message sign. Dynamic message signs are used to display messages that provide travelers with real-time traffic-related variable messages. These signs are also used to warn, regulate, route, and manage traffic. Slide 21. During construction, signage will be placed to inform travelers of detours prior to work beginning. The department will continue coordination with the local agencies and the public during construction of the project. Access to all businesses and residences will be maintained. Slide 22. Traffic will be maintained during construction to minimize disruptions to the traveling public. Existing mainline lanes will remain open during peak periods, and lane closures will occur when needed during off-peak hours. Construction along the main line will occur in phases. Traffic will be maintained on the inside lanes while the outside lanes are resurfaced. Once completed, traffic will be shifted to the outside lanes while the inside lanes are resurfaced. Slide 23. Detours will occur Sunday through Thursday as needed. The I-95 northbound on-ramp at Gatlin Boulevard will be closed for construction of the proposed improvements. The detour shown in yellow will be used by northbound travelers during nighttime construction of the proposed improvements. Travelers on Gatlin Boulevard will head north on Southwest Village Parkway, then turn right to head east on Crosstown Parkway to access the I-95 northbound on-ramp at the interchange with Crosstown Parkway. Slide 24. The I-95 southbound on-ramp at St. Lucie West Boulevard will be closed for construction of the proposed improvements. The detour shown in yellow will be used by southbound travelers during nighttime construction of the proposed improvements. Westbound travelers on St. Lucie West Boulevard will use the roundabout to make a U-turn and head east to access I-95 southbound on-ramp south of the interchange. Slide 25. The I-95 northbound on-ramp at Crosstown Parkway will be closed for construction of the proposed improvements. The detour shown in yellow will be used by northbound travelers during nighttime construction of the proposed improvements. Travelers on Crosstown Parkway will use Commerce Center Drive, then turn right to head east on St. Lucie West Boulevard to access the I-95 northbound on-ramp at the interchange. Slide 26. This detour occurs south of the project limits and will be used during installation of the overhead dynamic message sign. The detour shown in yellow will be used by northbound travelers during nighttime erection of this overhead sign. Travelers wishing to head northbound between Southwest Becker Road and Gatlin Boulevard will use Becker Road to access Village Parkway and head north to Gatlin Boulevard. They will then turn right to head east on Gatlin Boulevard to access the I-95 northbound on-ramp at the interchange. This concludes the project overview. I will now mute my microphone and turn it over to the FDOT project manager, Robert Lopes.
Thank you, Jeremy. I think we're on slide 27. This gives you a good overview of a summary of the project, the schedule and cost. The design of the project will be completed by August of 2022, and there is no right-of-way required for the proposed improvements. The construction of the project will begin in the spring of 2023 and is anticipated to take approximately 1.5 years to complete. The construction costs are estimated to be $6 million. Slide 28. To learn more about this project, you can go to the FDOT website at www.d4fdot.com/TCF-DOT/index.asp. Once there, look for the design projects under the drop-down menu. Look for the project name I-95 Safety Improvement Project. You can also go directly to the main page for projects in the Treasure Coast by visiting the website at www.d4fdot.com/tcfdot/design_projects.asp. Public meeting materials are posted on the project website now, and a recording of this public meeting will be posted to the website within a week of the public meeting. Slide 29. We encourage your input and feedback about this project. All public comments and questions are part of the public meeting record, and every method of providing public comments and questions carries equal weight. While comments and questions will be accepted at any time, those submitted by May 2nd, 10 days after the public meeting, will become part of the project's public meeting record. All comments and questions will be responded to in writing following the meeting. Slide 30. For those in attendance at the in-person location, you may speak to our project staff on the floor or complete a printed comment form and return it to the project staff. If you are participating online, you may submit written questions or comments in the question box on the GoToWebinar control panel. Written comments may also be submitted on the project website at www.d4fdot.com/tcf-design_projects.asp. You may also email your comments and questions to myself directly at robert.lopes@dot.state.fl.us. You may also mail me any comments or questions that you may have about the project at Robert Lopez at 3400 West Commercial Boulevard, Fort Lauderdale, Florida, 33309. You may also call me anytime with any questions or comments you may have at 954-777-4425. You can provide verbal comments during normal business hours after the public meeting. The contact information that I just provided is also available on the public meeting notification that you may have received by mail. We will now address any questions that have been received. For those in attendance at the in-person location, you may complete a printed comment form and return it to project staff. You may also speak to our project staff on the floor following the conclusion of the presentation. If you are participating online, you may submit written questions or comments in the question box on the GoToWebinar control panel. Angela, have we received any comments or questions?
Yes, we have. The first question is, which side streets will be affected by the proposed construction and what work will be performed on the side streets?
I'm just unmute myself there. There's no work proposed on the side streets. However, in addition to portions of Southwest Gatlin Boulevard, Crosstown Parkway, and St. Lucie West Boulevard, both Southwest Village Parkway and Commerce Center Drive will be used temporarily to detour traffic.
How long will the I-95 ramps be closed?
The I-95 northbound on-ramp at Gatlin Boulevard, the I-95 northbound on-ramp at Crosstown Parkway, and the I-95 southbound on-ramp at St. Lucie West Boulevard will be closed only during nighttime operations from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. as needed. Information related to closures and detours will be communicated and with local government officials and property owners and businesses.
Are there any other ongoing construction projects that will affect this project?
There are currently 2 other projects along I-95 within the project limits, and they involve the widening of southbound exit ramp to Gatlin Boulevard interchange and the widening of St. Lucie West Boulevard over I-95. These projects are anticipated to be completed August 2023 and April 2023, respectively.
At this point, I don't see any other questions in the question box or in the chat.
Okay, thank you, Angela. We'll wait one moment to see if there are any other questions that come in. We'll address the in-person questions at the conclusion of the meeting. I don't think I see any more questions in the question box online. So we can move to slide 31. And just want to say on behalf of Florida Department of Transportation and our presenters, thank you all for joining us today. Stay safe and be well.